really don't need to do a video about this or even start a conversation about this whole entire stupidity. But fairly recently, there was a poll done, and it was about young Quebecers. I live in the very dumb part of Canada. I live in Quebec. And there was a poll recently that said that a good majority of young folks who are the ages between 18 and 24 are not for separation. That is apparently we are the Generation No. And I can attest to that, but I could add a little bit more than just Generation No. It's more on the lines of the Generation Fuck You and Hell No generation. How's about that? Okay, and the reason why I say this is because very recently, not only did this poll come out, and I'm not surprised. I'm surprised that it was even conducted. I was even surprised that this happened after the election, not necessarily before, because we're always fucking told that we have to go vote, it's a civil duty, this and that. They just don't really, politicians don't look at our demographic. They don't look at that whatsoever. But I find it's a little bit strange that they don't look at us, but about a month. It was in April, May, about 2 months ago. Only 2 months after the election, that's when they suddenly care to take a fucking poll of our sorry asses. Anyways, and so a reaction to this poll, which was a small percentage, population, about 500 people. This was like an internet survey from what I understood. Guess who comes out, not necessarily lashing out, but apparently easing the fires of this horrible stupidity. I forgot what the hell his face was. He was the student in the protest, and he was fucking, I don't know, he was an M&A. He was about my age. I forgot this motherfucker's name. He was in the PQ. I forgot what his fucking name was. He made a sudden appearance, and he wanted to tell these people, well, we still have to reinvent ourselves, and they gotta try. You see, the difference between the boomers and our generation, it was more of the idea of, let's do this, but in his words, I forgot this fucking kid's name, it's so French. He ended up saying, it's more of the idea of convince us. Motherfucker, I could do that in 2 seconds. I'm not gonna dedicate this entire channel or this video to convince people otherwise. Because I think the fact that people had said, fuck you, and shoved it up your ass, that is enough convincing as it is. We don't need any more convincing. What more convincing do we need? You're not convincing me that Quebec is going to be a sovereign nation and it's going to be better off. You're not convincing me one bit. And guess what? I'm among that small majority of people that they have surveyed. I didn't take the fucking thing. 18 to 24-year-olds. I'm 22. I'm in smack in the fucking middle of this. You're not convincing me. And you know what? We don't need any more convincing. We've seen it how it was in the past. We see how you motherfuckers are now. And you know what? It was a fucking laugh in the 80s. It was a fucking laugh in the 90s. And it's a joke now. It's a fucking joke. I'm sorry. You say, what was it? Here's a fucking joke for you, huh? Here's a that's gonna give you a whole shit of laughs. This is gonna be like a Just for Laughs festival. You're telling us that one way to get people, young folks, to try to go on your side and try to convince them is to try to get Quebec history. and understand how Quebec came to what it is. Oh, motherfucker, I completely agree. But there's one problem. One fucking problem with your premise. It's not Quebec history. It's Canadian history. If you're going to talk about Canadian history, you cannot start saying that Jacques Cartier discovered the country of Quebec. If that's what the shit that you're going for, sorry, motherfucker, that's like just as bad as the United States not being able to locate its ass on a fucking map. That doesn't fucking exist. That never fucking happened. I mean, are you suddenly gonna deny that geographically speaking, Upper and Lower Canada, are you gonna like fucking deny that? You cannot fucking deny it. We don't need Quebec history. There's no such thing. It's Canadian history. We don't need to learn more than it already is. You don't need to put Canadian history in colleges. My college was boycotting that fucking class, and thank God they did. I'm not redoing that. I took my fucking history in Sec 4. I took it. I was told that I needed that particular class, actually almost everything, to fucking graduate. And guess what? I did. I don't need to do more than what I've already done. And you're saying that in order for us to, I guess, be convinced to come to your side and educate ourselves, which I do believe to be true, that we're going to understand more where we're coming from. Motherfucker, I already learned history. I'm not even close to being on your side. Not even close. We don't even need a history class anymore. All we fucking need is the freaking internet. How do we know that this freaking class that you want to put in is not another way to indoctrinate all you motherfuckers? You guys say some of the dumbest fucking shit ever. You say that English people are privileged. You say that your culture is in threat. No, it's fucking not. There's at least 5 myths about that they're trying to convince you otherwise. Meanwhile, you're the ones who are paranoid. And the fact that nobody cares about your delusion goes to show that you guys are breaking up anyways. I've been saying this for a long time. It may have been the case with my mom in her generation, because when this was going on, she was in elementary school when the whole segregated school started to come about. But I've been saying this since high school. And I've been saying it since high school, college, university, and now I'm going back to college again. I've been saying it forever. That eventually, my generation ain't gonna fucking put up with this bullshit. I'm not putting up with it. Why should I? Why should my hard-earned cash go to a government that was so filled with empty promises, delusional fuckheads, and the most unproductive, illogical, delusional language Nazis for 2 years? Why should I bust my fucking ass, give you assholes what's left of a little percentage of my paycheck going to you? Why the fuck would I do that? Why the fuck should I pay taxes to a fucking government during a time where it was so irrelevant? Why? Why should I? Because during this fucking budget, yeah, because we still want to hear the good word of you language Nazis. Meanwhile, the debt is even worse than they fucking thought it was. It's even worse, apparently. And now we got no fucking time, but yet everyone was expecting the liberals to come up with a magical solution within 5 weeks. And yet, my point is, do we really want to repeat that fucking cycle again? I'm not saying the liberals are any better. Well, 2% better than the PQ. But it's better to have them than the fucking CAC, because these motherfuckers are a bunch of flip-floppers. Better than Quebec Solidaire, and a hell of a lot better than the PQ. At least by 2%. Do we want to go through another vicious cycle of that, and yet you still want to turn around and say, convince us? I don't need any more convincing. I was convinced by the moment that you guys started talking about your freaking delusion. I said, no more, I'm out. I don't need more convincing. You guys are all deluded. That's the key word here. And then the fucking media, they're saying, oh, well, we still need to do some fucking soul searching. Motherfucker! You don't need to do soul searching. You don't have a soul to begin with. You guys are so fucking illogical and deluded and stupid, hilariously stupid, that that right now you're kind of in crisis mode. You are in damage control. You need to think about what's going on here. You need to fucking find your sanity is what you motherfuckers need. I could read you guys like a book. And it's not a fucking surprise that this is even happening. Once again, generation no. Generation fuck you and hell no. Need any more convincing? You don't need to convince me. Because I was already persuaded. All you have to do is say two stupid words. And that was the French language. That was it. And then once I heard why, oh, fuck you, fuck you. You see, here's the thing. When Obama had to shut down the government for at least 21 days, that was more productive than what Marois did in 2 years. Why couldn't we have a government shutdown? A government shutdown for 2 years would have been a lot better than her wasting all of our hard-earned money, at least in the billions of dollars that was wasted. And yet, I need to be convinced? No. I don't need any convincing. What people need now is to, especially young people my age, you guys are the ones who are young and standing up for a political party. And I gotta ask those who are about your age, and me, who are Federalists. Where are those assholes? That's what I'd like to know. Where are the voices of the young Federalists now? Talk about no, right? Freedom of speech, freedom of expression. Where's our say in it? That's what I'd like to know. Where are the people and the voices of reason in all of this? And once again, the evidence is there. We don't need convincing. We need to educate people. Not with bullshit. We need to emphasize education, critical thinking, and facts and evidence. That's what Quebecers fucking need. Not convincing. Facts is what they fucking need. And I'm more worried about if the next generation is going to be more radical, if anything. That's the only thing I'm worried about. As far as the whole convincing thing goes, you guys are out. That's it. With you guys in damage control, you guys got nothing. And thank goodness, because you guys are slowly dying out. And thank goodness. Thank goodness you guys are dying out. Slowly but surely. And what's the next thing that should be happening? Federalists should be telling you to go fuck yourself is what should be happening. Too bad. You snooze, you lose. Convince me of bullshit? No. We need facts is what it is. And like I said, generation, go fuck yourself, and hell no. Try to convince me out of that.